Hello, everybody. Blake Steele here. Welcome back to A Dose of Reality. Top story today is transgender woman decides to save sperm so she can later have children. Some say Alex Jones was right. Others say transgender women found the solution to the population decrease. Stay tuned to find out.
Unique New York. Okay, first of all, I have something to address. The Anchorman fucking sucks.
That's an American movie, man.
I don't give a fuck. It's not a good movie. They portray men as fucking stupid and horny and alcoholics, and the woman of this movie does like some of the most fuck shit you can do to somebody else. Like some of the worst things you could do to another human. This is what she does to this guy, but yet and still he's supposed to be the bad guy that learned something in the end.
Right. I think the best way to describe the movie is that Will Ferrell in this movie is the biggest simp that anybody has ever met.
Not only is he the biggest simp, he's the biggest idiot, and he runs around with 3 other even bigger idiots.
Yeah. The newscast.
Oh my gosh. And then like the way they portray men when they're talking about women. I mean, you had this guy damn near drooling on himself.
Yeah, he was barking.
Like, this man put on a whole performance about this girl's ass, who, by the way, like, she didn't even have, like, an amazing ass. It was okay.
Right.
But, like, he's sitting there barking, and, like, I'd slather it with barbecue sauce, and, oh. I mean,
Seriously, bro, while watching the movie, I think the only thing that I was thinking about is this really how women see us?
Yo, if this is how women see us, then this is fucked. Because, golly, like, it was literally one of the worst caricatures of men that I've ever seen.
To be fair to that movie, though, a lot of shows like Pixar, especially,
Yeah.
and I
Disney
mean,
is
honestly,
famous for it.
yeah, anything that was just, I mean, geared towards like a younger generation or a younger age was. Dad was always an idiot. Mom was always the one that was right. Like in that show, Malcolm in the Middle, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yo,
the
dad
mom
in
literally
Malcolm in the
had to
Middle-
get a babysitter.
Yeah, the dad in Malcolm in the Middle was literally so terrible. It was honestly
Great actor, by the
sad.
way.
Great actor. No, great acting.
Made
And
him look like an idiot, though.
But like, he was so bad that it was like, I don't even think it's realistic that a man could be that bad at parenting.
yeah.
Like, maybe I'm wrong.
But it's weird that they would portray it in every different variation. I don't think I've ever seen, like, a show where the dad was portrayed as, like, somebody of a symbol of respect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Never.
always disrespecting the dad, always not listening to the dad. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then they make him out to be an idiot.
Yeah, and then like
And women are mad because in Pixar animation, they make them out to look like they have bigger butts than they do and bigger boobs than they do.
I mean, I don't see how that's a bad thing.
Well, no, but women are mad about that. That was they were getting guffed for that for a while.
Really,
Yeah, absolutely.
women were mad because they were portrayed with bigger tits and bigger ass.
Right, because the whole body positive thing. But again, we can bring that whole discussion up again. That
Well, most dads in shows are like fat.
right,
I mean, it's almost rare to see a dad that's like in shape.
Right.
He's
And
like-
you never see body positive mannequins either for men.
Body positive mannequins. That's funny.
I mean,
yeah.
dude, I'm not going to disclose where we are right now, but just driving around the town, going to a convenience store, going to a store. I mean,
Nobody's in shape. where
you
we
can't
are.
really find somebody that doesn't have a beer belly or a huge gut.
Yeah.
And it's like,
All those
that's the
Coors-
only thing that's realistic about these shows at that point.
All those Coors and Miller Lights and that JD, man. That's like water
Hey, man,
and
there's probably
bread.
always a reason why they're drinking, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Their
These
wife never,
never shuts up, bro. They come home from working some
kids
BS
disrespect
job,
them.
and then they just come home and their wife is just nagging about like, yo, hey man, you don't make enough money. So you know what he does? He's just gonna go into the garage, take that bottle of JD,
slam it.
chase that with some Bud Light, and try to black out so he has to be at work tomorrow morning. Terrible.
That's a terrible life, bro.
Terrible life. And it's JD and Bud Light too. That's the worst part about it. Mans can't
terrible.
even afford no Corona.
Nah, bro. He's probably not getting Bud Light. He's probably getting like Pabs or something.
Oh, some PBR?
Some PBR.
Did I tell you PBR was like my favorite beer when I was in college?
That's disgusting.
I was the PBR. If anybody from North Park is watching this, they will tell you that I was the PBR king. 30 cases is like $15. So I would buy a 30 case pretty much every weekend and just crush it. I mean,
that's disgusting.
I would take 30 cases in book bags to anywhere, bro. What? PBR? You couldn't tell me PBR wasn't the best beer in the world, dude.
That's disgusting.
Terrible.
You were drinking Rolling Rock too?
Oh, bro, I have a
312s?
story about Rolling Rock,
Okay.
bro. So I go into the liquor store one day, and for whatever reason, this liquor store just doesn't have a great selection. And I was looking for to get some Coors Light or something like that because I only had like $20, and I wasn't trying to just blow all this on beer. Didn't see anything of that nature. It was all like expensive shit, and they had Rolling Rock and Ice House, and I for damn sure wasn't gonna get no fucking Ice House because Ice House is terrible. So I was like, hey, I asked the dude, I'm like, hey, does Rolling Rock taste like shit? And he's like, oh no, buddy,
He was trying to sell you that shit.
it's good. It's good beer. Yeah. Definitely good. And I'm like, I bet, say less. So I buy this Rolling Rock, and it was fucking disgusting. Like some of the worst beer that I ever drank in my life. And I was like, at that point, I was like, damn, I should have damn near just gotten some fucking Ice House because this is just as bad, if not fucking worse.
That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Do you think that the transgender woman that saved her sperm to later have children was drinking Rolling Rock when she made that decision?
Absolutely. Dude, I'm sure the transgenders love Rolling Rock because it's a quality beer.
Did you think it tastes good?
No, it fucking sucks.
Do you believe that they found the solution to the population decrease?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, hey.
At this point, when you
know
can just
what,
have
though?
kids with yourself?
If you're a transgender, right, before you transition, if you're going to a man from a man to
Right.
a woman, you should be like, the government should like make you like, hey, you got to put some sperm in a cup before you cut off your dick.
But I'm thinking, though, that it's not like they're going to have a baby with themselves because it's not like they're going to be able to replicate like ovaries and having a uterus. So they're now just saving that sperm to inseminate somebody else.
Okay, you know there's
so
like
that they
gay,
can have a child.
There's like gay transsexuals though, you know?
Okay. And
like-
what, they can have kids with themselves?
No. They like turn from a male to a female.
Like
and
a
then-
frog.
Yeah, and then they try to get with girls, bro.
No, bro. I'm telling you right now. There's no way that they're going to be able to have the kid themselves. So who are they going to be able to inseminate? Are they
I'm
going
telling
to
you, bro,
are they becoming a girl just to go with another girl, or are they getting a surrogate at this point?
There's also situations, bro, where like a man to female will go with like a female to male. So they just like switch roles, and then the basically the guy in the relationship will have the kid because they have ovaries and shit.
It's just crazy to think that.
Yo,
It's
you don't
crazy to
have a
think
comment on that?
No, it's crazy to think that women, like just women, like unfortunately, some women die in childbirth and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But then, like, you have men having children because they're transsexual.
You know what? I'm gonna keep it a bean though. If I was a female, bro, I'd be fucking pissed, bro. Cause Caitlyn Jenner
Right,
won Woman of the Year,
right,
and she was a woman for a year.
right.
And bro, I'd be fucking, bro. If I was a female, bro, I'd be fucking pissed, dude.
I wouldn't even know how to react to something like that, especially if you were a woman and you've just been like doing all these things. I mean, depending on what you're doing it for, if you were expecting an award like that, and then all of a sudden, you know, somebody comes in and just changes gender,
Yeah.
and then now all of a sudden they're just a better woman than you in
Yeah.
society's eyes.
It's like,
That's
yo,
crazy.
I've had a vagina for fucking 25 years, and some nigga who just had a vagina
Right.
for a couple months
Right.
is just taking away Woman of the Year from me. That's crazy, dude. I'd be pissed, dude. But then again, bro, like, it's funny, bro. Like, the whole transgender thing is really, really funny because obviously that's the part of the LGBT community that's like really not as many people are like cool with that. Even you'll find some gay people and bisexual people who kind of like look at the trans thing a little weird.
Right.
So it's just like, I really would love to have a conversation with like a trans person and understand like what made them think that like, you know, you wanted to be a different gender, because you see like gay guys, right, who are very feminine and
Right.
very feminine, even might even wear a dress or something like that feminine, but like they're still like they still identify as male and shit. And like if you try to like call them something else than a male, they'll get offended, very offended.
How
you know
do
what
you
I mean?
feel about the people that are doing the sex changes or just transgenders in general with sports?
They're just doing that shit to cheat, because
I feel the same way.
there's not enough. If there was more like,
Who was that? Was it a
it was a swimmer.
swimmer?
Yeah,
It was a male swimmer that ended up going on to
into a female.
into a
But see,
female
here's the
league.
thing: if you saw more examples of like females who were trying to change into males and then get into sports,
Right.
then I would feel a little differently about it.
Right.
But I've only seen like one that ever did that.
Why do you think they allowed that?
Well, look at the world we're in right now.
I realize that, but why would you think that they would allow that if they won't allow a fighter to fight somebody
Outside of their weight
20, 30 pounds out of their weight class, then
Mhm.
why would you think that they would allow this to happen? Because at this point, then they have to completely change in how they score things, because one person, this guy or girl, is going to be better than all the rest of the women on the team.
Well, here's the issue, right? So this is the reason why you can't.
Because it's not a competition at that point.
Well, but again, yes, and I understand what you're saying, but the reason why the sports leagues can't say like no
Right.
is because of the backlash you'll get. Because when you turn from like transgender, from female to male, like the world is supposed to identify you as a male in all things. You're supposed to be able to go into the male bathrooms, shit like that. So if I'm saying that you can't do this, and it's because you're transgender, then it's just gonna turn into a lawsuit. That's all that's gonna happen. So at some point you kind of just have to be like, I guess, okay, you know what I mean? Unless you put some new rules into the bylaws, which bans that type of shit. But then again, this is gonna end up in a lawsuit at
Right.
some point. At some point, you're
Feelings
going
are
to
gonna
get
get
taken to
hurt.
court. At some
Yep.
point, it's going to get before the Supreme Court. And you're probably in this day and age, probably going to lose. So, again, it's easier just saying, like, in certain leagues, like, saying, fuck it. You know what I mean? I guess that would be, you know, but then again, you haven't seen anything like that in the NFL, the NBA, the big leagues like that, which if it was a big league like that, you would be a little bit more, you would have more capital.
Yeah.
To withstand a lawsuit in that situation. But I mean, again, it's fucked, dude. You know what I mean? Because
Nah, bro, it's cheating. At the end of the day, it's cheating.
truthfully cheating.
That's
you know,
what it is.
especially like I said, if I saw more female to male transgenders participating in sports and actually like doing well, then I would feel a little differently about
With this
it. But
person specifically, though, he wasn't very good in the place that he was in, and
No,
now
as a
he's
male,
doing
and-
really good in.
absolutely.
So it doesn't compute with me, and I don't think that's right.
I don't think that's right either. But on another note, we have to address the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Why are black people so homophobic, bro? Like, that's a thing.
That's a
dude.
cultural thing, though.
It's a super cultural thing. But it's funny because you get people saying, like, really fucked up shit.
Right.
And it's like, you can kind of get away with it because you're black. Because if a white person said, like, some of the shit that I've heard, like, black people on social media say
Okay.
about, like, the LGBTQ community, it's wild. But, like, again, I can't say it is cultural. Like, you're right, it's a cultural thing because obviously we won't get into all the gory details, but there's a lot of fucked up shit that happened, you know, back in the day. So, like, I get where some people are coming from, but it's like, dude, it's crazy. I was on Facebook the other day, and this young lady said that gay couples shouldn't adopt children because it's like she gets rape vibes. and we might have to bleep some of this out. But yeah,
Are you serious?
Yeah, bro. That she's like, yo, they shouldn't be able to do that. And I was sitting there and I'm like, wait, what? What the fuck? Like, again, foster care and shit like that. There's a lot of people that were like that were doing sexually
but that's
things wrong,
right,
but they were
that's another
fucking
thing.
straight, bro.
That's another thing,
Like,
though. The woman that got caught recently that had gotten caught up for placing foster kids and putting them up in apartments and using them as sex workers is a completely different situation than now you have two people that physically can't have children. They know they can't have children, are making the choice to not have a surrogate and bring another child into this life, and they want to go to adopt a child. That when these children are sitting in foster cares and these children are sitting with foster parents and sitting in dude, there's nowhere for these kids to go until they're 18.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And they're making that choice, and now
to help out, and you're gonna
sit here and shit on them.
Yeah, bro. I was so appalled by that statement because I was like, wait, what? Like, there's so many children out here that are living in these situations of foster homes and
poverty,
orphanages and poverty and shit. And it's like, when I get to that point of like being married and shit, yeah, I want to have some kids of my own, but I definitely want to adopt at least one kid. You know what I mean? Just to help. You know what I mean?
But let's be serious right now. You can't adopt a kid that's like older than 7 years old, because at 7 years old, they're like really retaining some shit at that point.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And they have a kind of okay concept of what's going on. And if somebody messed them up before 7 years old, they might kill you in your sleep, bro.
Absolutely. But
I'm serious.
It's crazy, bro.
Nobody pays attention to the kids, bro. Nobody, bro. No. All these horror movies, they're like, oh, my kid's just seeing stuff. He's just a little weird. He's just a little off, bro. No, bro. I'm serious, dude. These kids are the ones that are seeing the ghost. These kids are the ones that are pulling a shining in a hallway. I'm telling you, bro.
It's crazy, dude.
Rubs the lotion on the skin.
Unless he gets the hose again.
Fucked up.
You know what's crazy about that, too? It's like, we think that children are stupid.
Beyond that, bro.
And so stupid. Early on, they understand shit that we would never understand that they understand. Dude. Like, dude, I knew shit, like, what was up when I was like 5, 6, 7.
Right.
And you would think, like, oh, you don't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, like, I see my dad with a different chick every single week. Like, this nigga's a player, bro. He's not just, you know.
Yeah, he's renounced, though.
He's renounced now, but like, yo, him and my mom are never, ever, ever getting together. I've seen 10 women that this nigga's with, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And that's at like 5, 6, and you would think like, oh, you wouldn't remember that. Like, no, motherfucker. Like, yeah, I do, you know? Like,
Albert Einstein was declared retarded up until he was about 7, 8 years old because he never talked.
Dude,
and now he's looked at as one of the smartest men in the world.
Catching those night vibes, I'm catching those night vibes, I'm catching them.
It's true that you said, how could I be homophobic?
Even my stick is gay?
I thought you said your bitch was gay.
Oh, she is too.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's true you said that?
It's not true that I said that, but somebody I know said that.
Oh, sorry. I get you guys confused sometimes.
Yeah, no, I don't know why the fuck you would get that confused with me, but all right. How can I be homophobic even my bitch is gay? That
UK
is
Grimes coming on top though, man.
That is
that's like something that's being like talked about consistently now.
That
At
is
least I
bitch
feel
is
like
gay?
it is. That what?
That is bitch is gay?
That well, yeah, not only that his bitch is gay, but his stick is gay as well.
Got it. Well, you know, in terms of the women that I've dated, because I wouldn't call them bitches, but according to the women that I've dated, a lot of them have been gay. Yeah.
Oh, they've been some bull cats, bruv.
No, they have not been some bull cats. They have not been that, but they have been. They have all liked women as well as men, I guess.
I understand, man.
So
sometimes you just got to do the Vossi Bop. Beat all your homies down at the coffee shop.
You know what's crazy is that UK drill is like really a thing. And I saw this funny TikTok, and this guy, they did a happy birthday drill for this lady. She was working at like an office.
Okay.
And they just came in and they were like just rapping like with these masks on, and they're like, you know, happy birthday, and he's like, you know, there was what did he say? He basically said like, we could have just sent you a birthday card, but your boy wants to give you a birthday drill. And then he is like, and he's taking you out tonight for some drinks and food at a nice bar and grill. And it's just like, and then he starts naming the people, the other people in the office. He's like, so from your supervisor Bobby and the accountant Jill, happy birthday, It was just funny as hell, and he's just rapping this shit like serious as fuck.
That was his shit, bro.
And like, bro, it's like, she's just like, all these people are shocked, bro, and
just
it's
in
like,
awe,
bro. And it's like a black chick and like all these white people in her office, so they're all just like mouth open, just like looking at her, and she's just like, what the fuck, my boyfriend's an asshole.
That's funny as fuck.
But no, UK drill is like the shit. You know,
do you think that people that sing UK drill, do you think that they're homophobic?
Maybe. I don't know about the UK like that.
Oh.
So I don't know if they're homophobic or not. I do know they get busy out there, dude. Like, they don't play no fucking games.
Yeah,
like,
they're stabbing people in the street.
Bro, you know what's crazy about that too? Like, obviously, like, as Americans, we're kind of numb to the whole shooting shit.
Right.
You know, unfortunately, and it's not a good thing. But like, a shooting don't sound as bad as like these brutal ass stabbings that be in the UK, bro. They will fucking poke somebody 10, 20 times in that bitch. Like, and multiple people just stabbing the shit out of you, bro. So like, them UK niggas is no joke and shit.
That's some real grime.
Yeah, it honestly reminds me of one of the worst movies ever made, State's Property 2. State's Property was bad, but State's Property 2 was fucking terrible.
Oh, I thought you were talking about white chicks, but okay, keep going.
Okay, no, that was not as bad. It's a cult classic. Don't do that. State's Property 2, though, is like one of the worst movies ever created, and there's a part in there where this guy is talking about how he has drugs, like he's from New York, but he has like people selling his drugs all over the world. So it's like Chicago, and then there's some people in like London, and it's like the most stereotypical shit ever, bro.
You sure he's not a rapper since he's telling on himself?
Oh, everybody in this movie are rappers, bro.
Oh.
They have a part where Kanye West, hear me out. This is what Kanye West does. Somebody's showing him some jewelry, and Kanye West is acting like he's gonna buy it, and then he takes out a little knife and stabs this guy on the block, bro. And that's Kanye West's
that's it. That's
scene
his whole
in the
part.
movie that he has like 30
that describes
seconds.
his character, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I would never get that thought out of my mind of Kanye West just like the worst stabbing, the worst acting you've ever seen in your life. State's Property is probably like top 5 worst movies of all fucking time. Like, it is terrible. Both of them are terrible movies. It has no plot. The protagonist has absolutely no redeeming qualities. For a movie about selling drugs, I never see them sell any drugs. All I see is fucking Beans, Beanie Siegel, fat ass with like these dirty ass white shirts and these dirty ass jeans, just pointing a gun at people and saying, "Get down or lay down." Like, that's the movie, bro.
That was the whole
that
movie.
Scene. You see that scene 20 times in this fucking movie. The only time they do something different than him just shooting somebody and saying, "Get down or lay down," is the first guy they kill, who they beat up with bats. It's a wild movie. And the crazy part about it, this is the craziest part about the movie, right? When he gets rich, guess what he wears?
What?
A dirty-ass white polo and some shorts. He still looks like he's broke as fuck. Like, that was the craziest thing. Then he says, like, yo, I'm going to get you guys, like, something. Like, apparently they're making millions of dollars, so he's going to get his whole team something, like, nice to, like, commemorate that they're a part of the team.
What, white polos and shorts?
No, they get these bullshit-ass FUBU chains, bro. These fake-looking-ass bullshit chains, bro. Chains that look like they got them at the fucking gumball machine.
You know, there's some truth to every joke.
Dude, it was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, and he was like, yeah, we're a team. This will let you know, like, you're part of the squad. Like, I don't want to be a part of your bullshit ass squad. Then they kill the guy at the end of State's Property 1, but they retcon the whole shit of it, the whole part of them killing him at the beginning of State's Property 2, so they can have a second movie. It's just fucking terrible.
That's funny as shit. You want to know something else fucked up that I saw recently?
Yeah.
Orlando Brown talking about how Bow Wow has some good pussy.
Hey, man. Bow Wow has some good ass pussy, man. That's what he said.
Who gave him the gut?
Oh, Diddy gave him some got magot. That's what
the
he
got,
said.
Got magash?
Yo, this
magash?
guy is on fucking drugs.
Dude,
like there's no...
I did not know that crack was done this time of year, bro.
No, I think that has to be meth because
meth?
I think it's meth because
he looks kind of funny now too. He looks like he's kind of just has that whole appearance of like I don't give a shit how I look attitude.
Dude, I thought that like he had gotten his life together because I had seen some shit where they were like, oh, he got married. He got Jesus and he was clean. And I saw all these pictures of him with like this lady and this kid. And I was like, oh, that's great.
Right.
Because obviously like he had gotten, in the news for when he said about Raven that she gave him that bro, he had a whole
bro. Dude, when did he become gay?
I have no clue.
You think these things actually happen?
No, his ass is crazy.
He's just going up on there talking
He's
shit so he can get publicity,
bro. I hope. You know what? I guess you can't put anything past anybody, right?
What did Lil Bow Wow say in return?
He was like, dude, I'm a grown-ass man, and people just want to fucking say my name just to get them some clout, so I'm going to just ignore the shit. But
Lil Bow Wow is just as bad as Lil Romeo, bro.
Little Bow Wow, bro. Why Lil Bow Wow be standing on his tippy toes all his pictures, bro?
Bro, Lil Bow Wow stands on his tippy toes just to brush his teeth in the mirror, bro.
That is crazy.
He's got one of those step stools like
That's
a little
insane.
kid.
He's a little nigga, man.
He's tiny, bro. He's a really small guy. I don't know exactly how big he is, but I'm about to find out right now.
What you think? He like 5'5", 5'6"?
I'm thinking he's like 5 flat.
Nah, he's not that small.
Yeah,
he's
definitely.
I think he's about Wayne's height, because Wayne is about 5'5".
Bow Wow.
Wayne is about 5'5". He's a little guy. I mean, but then again, most rappers are not big guys.
Damn, he's 5'7".
Yeah, so he's not that small.
He's 5'7", from Columbus, Ohio.
No,
so he comes from the same place as Columbus did in Zombieland.
You know, Bow Wow. It's funny with Bow Wow, bro. Like, he's been famous like his whole life.
Right.
Like, he started like rapping at like 7, and like so he was like a child star and shit.
Was it a talent show situation?
No, I think like his mom just dropped him off to this guy Jermaine Dupri, who's like a producer and
I could have sworn he like won a spelling bee or something.
Nah, I don't think that was it. I think they just like
in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, so back in the day, bro, like it was a little. I wouldn't say it's easier to get on, but it was like the way to like make it in the music industry was kind of straightforward. You had to get in front of fucking. You had to get in front of somebody at a record label.
Right.
That's what you had to do.
Right.
So they would just shop. Like, if you had a kid that you knew was talented, like what they did with Justin Bieber, they shopped that nigga around for years until somebody took a chance on him. Was
Lil Bow Wow, because I don't really remember his like rapping or anything like that. Was his rapping similar to like a like how was that choreographed? Like how was his rapping?
Well, like was he writing his own shit? Is that what
like was it good, or was it more like a new Kids
like
on the Block?
It was like some kid shit. And he, like, prepubescent girls were just in love with him, and that was his demographic.
Right.
And
some Jonas Brothers purity ring shit.
Little Bow Wow, you just don't know the way you move so fast across the.
We're not allowed to do that. Yeah.
You can't fucking just rap. Okay, fuck you, YouTube, you piece of shit.
Yeah, that'll get beeped out too.
But yeah, no, Bow Wow wasn't. I mean, I guess for the time. because it was like he was a little better than Lil Romeo. Think about like, you remember some of Soulja Boy shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was kind of like early Soulja Boy, just that friendly, like, I mean, okay, let's be honest. The reason why fucking Bow Wow was famous is because little girls liked him because he had braids and he was light skinned, and then he played in Like Mike,
Right.
and shit, he was the nigga. Like Mike wasn't actually that bad of a movie. I enjoyed it. Watched that movie a lot as a kid.
I bet you watched Lottery Ticket too a lot.
Never watched it.
Yes, you have.
I've never seen Lottery
Yes,
Ticket.
you have. I think Bow Wow was in that too.
Bow Wow was in that.
Yeah.
I've never seen it though.
You love that movie.
Never seen it. I never thought Bow Wow was a good actor.
That's a movie that you just kind of like light some candles up to.
No, that's pornography. That's the only thing I light candles up for is pornography. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fucking. That's worthy of the fuck.
I think that still brings us back to the question though. Like, why are you homophobic, bro?
Why am I? I'm not homophobic.
I feel like you're a little homophobic, bro.
No, I think that I'm probably one of the least homophobic people I know.
So you would date a gay guy?
So there's either be homophobic or date a gay guy. That is insane. Those are insane.
Listen, I've been
That's
watching
insane.
videos lately, and that is the ultimatum
Okay,
nowadays.
well then I'm homophobic as shit.
Bro, I literally watched a video, and this guy was like, hey, it's Gay Pride Month, and we're celebrating it with titties. Like, you want to show us your titties? And like, and this guy steps up, and he's like, no, that's my girlfriend. Like, she's not going to do that. And he's like, oh, so you're against gay people? And he's like, yeah.
See, you know what's crazy?
And this is stuff that's being posted on TikTok, and I think that's a valuable discussion because what TikTok is allowing to post, they are allowing racial slurs to get across on something like this, but then when it comes down to videos like this, or when it comes down to anything that has to do with gay pride or whatever they're talking about in that moment, it is okay. And they're still allowing these racial, you know what I mean? It's like, where are we going with this? You're introducing stuff like this to kids. Like, I've seen sounds come up and it's just saying the N-word.
Yeah. No,
Not even like in a song.
It was
It's just the N-word.
There was this one, it's
And it's like, I don't even know where the humor's coming from.
it is. Social media is such a funny world. You know what I mean? Because
or when the African there was this thing going around where these African women were naked, bro. Just pictures.
Yeah, bro.
Just pictures of naked African women, bro.
That's part of their culture, though.
It doesn't matter. Why is it all over TikTok?
Because it's part of their culture. I'm sure they got TikTok
porn.
in Africa.
That's porn. Kids are watching this shit.
Well, again, this goes back to a conversation we had in our first couple episodes.
Yeah, but bro, when it comes down to it, society plays a part too. So no matter how bad parenting is, society always plays a part, bro.
It shouldn't.
It should though.
It shouldn't.
It should though.
How?
Because you're teaching our future generation, bro. You're going to corrupt our future generation before they even have time to think for themselves?
Hey, guess what?
We could go tit for tat with this all day. I'm not going to do that.
FN Meka, the artificial intelligence rapper.
Oh, we're going to talk about the rapper that Disney came up with and put out.
Don't just slander Disney, bro. It's not fucking Disney.
Who was it then?
It was Capitol Records, bro.
Oh, I thought you said Disney brought it out. I thought Walt Disney was cryogenically unfrozen, and
well, the Marvel show that I was writing, I guess I should throw that in the trash, huh?
Why? What was it? Effin' Meka? Was that the next? Was that the next Marvel show coming out?
Afro Puff Girl. That was gonna be the next superhero.
Who?
Afro Puff Girl.
Afro Puff Girl?
Yeah.
What is that? A concoction of Afro Man and the Powder Puff Girls?
So I've never heard of Afro Man, but
You've never heard of Afro Man?
No. Who the fuck is that?
That's that one song that I showed you, Colt 45.
Oh, that terrible song.
Yeah,
okay.
bro, you like that song.
I did not like that.
That
song
was your song
whatsoever. It's not a good song. But anyway, Afro Puff Girl. Yeah. No. So I guess that.
So Effin' Meka was what? Claimed to say he was the lyrics that he was writing for this virtual rapper, white guy, writing lyrics with a bunch of N-words in it.
Yeah. talking about like, you know, shooting people.
And then it
being
got
in a trap.
exposed recently, right?
Yeah, so basically what happened is he got signed to a record deal for 7 days. They dropped him after 7 days. 'Cause
7
of
days.
backlash. Yeah, it's the fastest somebody's ever gotten dropped
Okay.
from a record deal. But yeah, they had him on for 7 days. He kind of took the world by storm. I guess he had like a couple of million stream TikTok songs.
Okay.
And like, you know, I get it. You know, definitely I understand it. They're thinking my apologies. They think you know, they can take an artificial entity and just make it a part of the culture. And I think that's pretty funny because it's like you can't do that shit.
Well, obviously they knew that somebody was going to find out about it.
Yeah, but like, why even attempt that shit? Like, what's the point? You know, like,
Well, because you know that. It's
we
a
can
fake-
control you better.
yeah, but a lot of it is that it's a fake persona to begin with. It's what the studio or the label company is wanting you to portray. I
Right.
mean, Will Smith obviously isn't in music anymore, but
Right.
I mean, he was portrayed as this nice guy on camera, and obviously off camera he was portrayed as this nice guy too. But then obviously we know the real story. You know what I mean?
He's
so
a
it's
piece of
like
shit, yeah.
he's a piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is a lot of these are just, you know, it's just a persona. So of course, why wouldn't they attempt to do something like that if they didn't get caught? It was just easier for them to manipulate the situation.
Yeah, but like, one, there's no way that you don't get caught. Like, people are gonna find out.
Right, but they weren't worried about that. It's probably how much money can we make before we get caught. And
I feel
obviously
that.
it's wrong. There's no reason why Joe Rogan should be getting quote-unquote canceled in that period of time for using that word as a reference. And yeah, he probably should have said it, but using that word as a reference. And now we have a label company promoting a white guy who's really a black guy and
Yeah, it's
saying things like that.
I'm
I'm
don't
sure
know.
they got
it's
a lot of
just-
fucking hate, didn't they?
Yeah, bro, it was terrible. A lot
I
of
wouldn't be
people.
surprised if they shut down for a little bit.
I mean, they weren't
Pump
gonna
the
shut down
brakes.
because they have too many big artists there at Capitol. But again, like,
Well, I mean, pumping the brakes, you know what I mean? On actually expanding with new artists.
yeah, I just don't understand like what the appeal would be, because so what? You don't make money off of music like that.
Yeah, but you know what they're
anymore.
doing. You know what they were trying to do.
What?
Virtual reality is something that's huge right now. People are playing in these simulation games. The VR is huge right now. They're constantly expanding their network on how they can improve the VR and how it can be more realistic. So why not have a virtual rapper that they can completely base off of animation, completely make however they want to look, and then they found the guy that they thought would best appropriately match that fit, which doesn't make them not stupid for doing something like that, but that's what they were going for. At that point, what? They're going to have somebody in the VR game that's a rapper that's exclusively in the VR, so they're making money off promotions for that?
Yeah, but they were doing like virtual reality concerts have been a thing.
Oh,
For
I
a
know,
little
like
bit.
since Fortnite. Fortnite was probably the one that started it first.
So I don't understand. Like,
They were trying to up it to the next level.
I see that. I was just looking through some of their artists, and they got some big ass artists.
Okay.
Lil Baby, the Beatles, Halsey, however you say that bitch, however you say that young lady's name.
Halsey?
Halsey, J-Lo.
It's kind of like what's it called? The cough drops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Katy Perry, Frank Sinatra, Paul McCartney, Snoop Dogg, Sam Smith, Coldplay, Daddy Yankee, Queen, 50 Cent, Ice Cube, the Bee Gees, Bill Cosby, Selena. Yeah, a lot of big people.
Obviously, some people aren't here with us anymore, but yeah,
Well, I mean, yeah, but if
they still own the rights to their
they
music.
still own the rights to the music, so
Right.
if it's used in any movies, whenever it's
Right,
played
they're
on the
getting
radio,
paid.
they're
Right.
still getting paid and shit.
I get that.
So yeah, I mean, I guess that's the next step, but it just kind of goes into how long is it before technology and virtual reality kind of takes over everything.
Well, I think that's their plan.
Well, yeah, I know that's the plan at some point because computers don't, make mistakes. But
it's going to be like the Ready Player One movie where everybody's living in a virtual reality now. The money and currency is only expanded through virtual reality. World goes to shit. I mean, that's definitely a possibility. That nobody's out anymore. Everybody's just playing in the game.
yeah, that sounds like a shitty fucking life, to be honest.
No, it absolutely does. But I mean, if you think about it right now, what we're doing with all the media, what we're doing with the VR right now, what we're doing with all these, exponential graphics on video games, I mean, we're simulating a rise to see something like that potentially happen because right now it's almost the same thing. Yeah, it's not at that degree. Yeah, the world is not falling apart around us. It still looks very nice outside. You know what I mean? Depending on where you are. But it's just like eventually it could be a thing where now the VR is more attractive than life itself because you're able to do so much more. If you don't like the way that you look, you can completely customize how you look on the virtual reality. If you don't like what you're doing in life, you can completely customize what you're doing in the virtual reality. And then, like I said, currency becomes non-existent, only becomes existent in the virtual reality.
Yeah, I think that the pandemic was the catalyst for that sort of lifestyle being a lot more prominent and being a lot more...
Well, yeah, because I feel like everybody's relying on it now.
Well, yeah, especially because, like, during that time. So let's say that during the pandemic there was this virtual world that you could pay to go and club and shit like that, be around other people. How many people would have been doing that? How many more people would have been doing that? You know? And then with this whole monkeypox situation that people think could be as bad as the pandemic, in terms of spread, this could be another situation where we're stuck inside a lot more. So again,
but I'm thinking of it more as like, okay, COVID, okay, we have diseases, okay, now shootings are so much more prominent nowadays. Like anywhere that you go, big groups of people, now there's just shootings all the time. So and the violence is at an all-time high. So at this point, you would think, why wouldn't people choose to stay inside? Why wouldn't people choose to virtually do things with other people? Because if anything happens in the game, it just happens in the game. You're still alive as a person. You're not getting affected by what's happening in the world. So I could see how people would want to, go towards safety at that point.
Right. Yeah, I mean...
And I'm not saying that I would want to do that myself. I'm not into video games like that. But when it comes down to it, it's like, I could see where people think that they have a choice to kind of create a better life for themselves because they don't want to create a better life for themselves. You
Yeah, no, I just think that's a sad existence. And I think once you get to I hope that doesn't happen, that we're not to that point for at least another 50 to 75 years, which I doubt.
Right.
But I don't want to be alive for that because... that sounds like human empathy is gone. That sounds like the elimination of human interaction, like face to face.
It's non-existent, right?
And I'm cool. Like that don't do it for me. You know what I mean? I'm not even a big. Yeah, I'm on my phone and I'll play game and whatever, but I'm not the biggest technology guy because I like to sit and talk to people and be around people,
right? And
communicate with people because when I'm in the mode and I'm communicating and I'm having a good time and I'm being that center of the party type guy, I'm not on my phone. You know what I mean? And those are the times when I enjoy myself the most. So again, it's kind of, it just depends on.
It's a give and take, and it's these businesses, are they going to keep flourishing with this product because it's attracting people? You know what I mean? The majority of these incels, or is it the fact that, are people going to wake up and say, you know what? This is not something that we should venture down towards.
Yeah, and it's sad because, like, you look at this new generation, and they have no fucking social skills. They can't talk to you about shit.
Right.
Like, they're just so into this technology shit, bro. They don't have anything.
Little kids are now learning from iPads.
Yeah, bro. They have nothing.
Television shows.
Interesting to say at all. Like, nothing. Like, you talk to them, and it's about some stupid social media shit. And it's like, this is it? It's like, yeah, that's it. And then you have all your woke people, which now everybody's woke. So now people are starting to be, now the rebels are starting to be the ones who are like more conservative and shit like that.
Don't want to gentrify.
It's just, it's a cycle of just bullshit. And you have so many like sheep, bro, that are just okay with just being in the line of bullshit. Like, oh, follow me. Okay, yeah, no problem. I'm gonna follow in behind you, sniff up your ass. I just you humans, I'm not a fan.
Something I really wanted to talk about, bro, that I feel like we haven't gotten an opportunity to discuss. We just want to cap off on this is what, you know, everybody talks about it. Everybody, you know, it laughs about it, and they're just like, you know, it's happening, but nobody like actually like reads into the fact that why are Simpsons predictions always accurate? Why has this show been out for years? And I mean, who's Matt Groening getting intel from? You know what I'm saying? It's just like the election with Trump. I mean, just everything, man.
I think that if you watch, I think that history repeats itself, right? Right. So because of that, if you kind of watch hard enough, I think you're able. Now, some things it's just like, how the fuck did you get that so accurate, good? So, but like some dates, things, I think it's just like calculated predictions. It's like, yeah, this is probably where we're headed because we're here at this point. You know what I mean? It's like when it's like the weed episode when Homer started smoking loud and shit. Yeah, and he was just turned into like a fucking underachieving stoner and shit like that.
Well, that's what he is normally too.
Yeah, but it's like you see that and you're like, oh, he's just a drunk instead of smoking. Right. You know what I mean? Instead of getting high, he just drinks and shit. So it's just,
I think it's just crazy the accuracy behind the episodes.
Yeah, I mean, Trump lived though, so good for him. I'm glad he lived.
Right. No, I realize that. I'm just saying.
No, they killed him in the episode, right?
I don't remember that.
I believe he didn't make it because I remember like during like the election and shit when he got elected, like all the people who were like hated that man were like, oh, but the Simpsons are always right, and they said he got assassinated. So, and I was like, damn, why are you wishing for this nigga to die, bro? Right. What did he do that bad that you want him to die? Like,
well, I think that cartoons go far to begin with, man, because I mean, some of the things that they get away with on South Park, no matter how many times they get sued, is, I mean, hilarious, yes, but it's like, wow, you know, like you're able to actually put this out there.
Well, South Park specifically, even way more so than a Family Guy or a Simpsons. It's like a satire of like life, right? Like they literally take shit that happened and then just remix that shit and make fun of it. So, again, like, all these little adult cartoon shows, I like them because I feel like if you are not just high and just laughing and you really watch the shit, like, they're giving you winks like, yo, this is what we really think about our society. It sucks. Right. It sucks. Yeah. So, I think that's what's beautiful about shows like that, you know, and that's why one reason why I enjoy them. And two, I like to get high and watch them and laugh. So there's that.
I think they're funny, but I just can't get into them like that. I can't watch them consistently. I don't know. I think that it's just because it is a satire and it's kind of a parody. I don't know. The humor, like I said, super funny. Some of it's super corny, and some of it's just like, wow.
Nah, I know what your shit is, bro.
What?
Pawn Stars.
Pawn Stars? I do like Pawn Stars.
All right, guys, this is where we're going to wrap it up. Again, if you haven't noticed by now, this is A Dose of Reality. Thank you, everybody, for listening, subscribing, staying tuned. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do so. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. Got a lot of good interviews coming in. And just really appreciate you guys for tuning in every single week at 12 o'clock on Friday just to get your weekly dose. I'm Blake Steele.
I'm Kid Iso.
Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.
We was catching all the night vibes. We was rolling in the nighttime. On LSD on the night drives. Stuck in space while we flying by. Money over hoes, this is different. Tonight I'm gonna say you like a Christian.